Hey Pepper Gang, Ether Shards and Talent Books are the two most important loot items in the front because they're needed for leveling up your character, progressing through the tech tree, and some high-end crafts require shards as well. As a new player, you want to gather and stash these as often as possible so you can unlock what you want as you level up. I'm going to show you the different ways to farm these items, including my favorite and most effective method so far by the end of the video. But as always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or swing by my Twitch live stream and ask there. Ether Shards and Talent Books are found in the same places, on NPC bodies and in some loot containers. All around the map, there are small points of interest with low-level NPCs that are easy to farm for these items. The lower the NPC, the less amount of loot they drop. As a low-level character, you take whatever you can get, but you can only be so efficient when you farm small points of interest. As you level up, you're going to need more and more, so you want to be efficient as a player with your time, especially if you're solo. Once you start getting the hang of the game, can handle tougher NPCs, you can start farming mines not just for the ore they drop, but for the shards and books the NPCs drop. There are all sorts of mines around the map, and they can easily be cleared by a solo with a decent weapon. I live near a lead mine in the snow, as you can see here, and clearing it solo takes me about 10 minutes. Definitely more efficient than just walking around looting in small containers. However, you can still do better. A step above the mines are military bases. Military bases are pretty easy to spot. They are compounds with fences, lots of guards to varying weaponry, and these NPCs can range up to max level. They are a lot tougher than clearing mines full of melee and pistol NPCs. However, you can cheese the NPCs as of now pretty easily. I'd take out as many as possible from range, and once I start moving in, I bait them into buildings with closed doors. They will trickle in, sometimes one at a time, making it easy to farm them. Military bases are a great way to farm the shards and books, not to mention good blueprints, crafting materials, and occasional gun drops. But they are typically easy to counter due to them being out in the open, just like the mines. They can be fun to do, but still, I don't think they're the best way to farm the shards and books. My ultimate method of farming these items is hitting dungeons. There are two I have hit so far in the game. One is an H18 near this mine on the map. Behind a small house at the mine, there's a tunnel entrance leading you into a bunker full of mutants of all sorts. From jumpers to military NPCs with guns and big dudes who charge you at full speed, you will have your hands full with this dungeon. As a solo, I'm usually full before clearing it, and you also need toxic and poison antidotes for this area due to some rooms being poisoned with gas. I think it's safer farming this in a military base, especially as a solo because you're underground, you can't hear the action or see it outside, it gives you an advantage of stealth. However, this is still not my number one spot to farm these shards or books, just because this dungeon bunker does have difficult NPCs that are not the easiest to cheese and kill. Remember, I'm all about being efficient with my time. The faster I can get my shards, the faster I can level up. Now, the number one spot as featured in the thumbnail is this witch dungeon I found in the mountains, as seen on the map. Like the military bunker, the fact that this is underground gives me an advantage. As a solo, since third parties won't be seeing me outside. Got a massive cave opening and gets really dark inside, so you will need a flashlight or a torch. The reason I like this cave dungeon is because max level witches spawn down here, and they drop about 100 shards per witch, a bunch of talent books, and I get about 100 XP per kill. The witches are pretty deadly, they go invisible, and will backstab you pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. They run up on you, they're very quiet, and there are just so many that spawn down here. But there is a trick to farming these witches. Right before you get to the main floor of the cave, you climb down a staircase that the witches cannot go up. You can stand on this staircase and kill them without them hitting you. It will be a little tough to spawn in the dark when they're invincible. You can kind of see a glimmer of the character, but the moment you get their HP under 50%, the taming icon appears over their head, making them easier to track. They protect really valuable boxes, including a room near the stairs that has 4 to 5 talent book boxes, which spawn an insane amount of talent books. I have actually never finished clearing this entire dungeon because it's tough as a solo. There's just so many AI. By the time I run out of ammo, killed all the witches near the stairs and looted those, I have a full inventory and I'm ready to go back home. And all this takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll kill over 10 witches and head back with about 1,000 ether shards and hundreds of talent books. That type of efficiency is hard to match as a solo, and it's the reason I go back to the cave over and over and over any other point of interest. Once I started getting the hang of this cave, I got faster clearing the witches, and if you're a team, you can certainly go deeper into the cave Finish clearing everything else, leaving you with more shards and books for the team. Not to mention blueprints and crafting materials. But as you learn the front and get comfortable with your playstyle, guys, you can choose where you want to farm your shards and books, find a solid route that works for you and your team near your base. I hope this video has informed you, has helped you in some way. But that's it for this one, though. Good luck out there learning the front. I appreciate you watching this far. If you're a fan of survival games and extraction shooters, take a look around my channel. You might find more content you enjoy. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.